maybe a minute before. Um, and we're going to dive back into Wayne Dyer's interpretation of the Tao Te Ching. We're actually going to read a verse from the Tao, verse 16 today, um, and then see where it goes from there. Again, this is the book Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, and it isn't Wayne Dyer's it isn't his translation of the Tao. It's his interpretation of the Tao, how he chose, how he sees to allow it to be expressed through his life, and suggestions on how we might do it as well. Um, I've had this book forever, since it first came out, I think in 2006 in paperback, 2005. Um, and as I continued reading the Tao, I kept pushing this book aside. And for whatever reason, um, this version called to me, and I picked it up. And I've been, maybe I bought it almost 20 years ago, just for this time in my life. I don't know. It seems important not to question things like that, just to allow it and see where it leads. So let's read verse 16. This can often be, it somehow seems to stand apart when we read the Tao Te Ching, um, as if a separate subject within. But as we study the Tao more, or I should say, as we allow the Tao to enter our lives more fully, we see there's no aspect that shouldn't be addressed, no aspect where we shouldn't allow the Tao to be expressed through us. So, verse 16. Become totally empty. Let your heart be at peace. Amidst the rush of worldly comings and goings, observe how endings become beginnings. Things flourish, each by each, only to return to the source, to what is and what is to be. To return to the root is to find peace. To find peace is to fulfill one's destiny. To fulfill one's destiny is to be constant. To know the constant to know the constant is called insight. Not knowing the cycle leads to eternal disaster. Knowing the constant gives perspective. This perspective is impartial. Impartiality, man, I'm messing up all over, is of the highest nobility. The highest nobility is divine. Being divine, you will be at one with the Tao. Being at one with the Tao is eternal. This way is everlasting, not engendered to physical death. That's verse 16. By rights, I should have read verse 17, and I messed up. But I didn't want to change course halfway through. Let's see. It's you, boy Bob. It's your boy Bob. Sorry. It says, hey, hello, my friend. You get away from James. James, how are you? We're reading from the Tao Te Ching. Let's see. Question marks from James. Sachiro says, hi. So yes, by rights, I should have read verse 17, which I still can, if anyone's interested, or we can discuss verse 16, or we can let it all go and see what's there to talk about. Generally, I read from the Tao, and then I let it go. Just let the message itself speak for itself. It doesn't need me to speak for it. I am not the centerpiece or mouthpiece for anything, most especially from my not especially from my ego. Let's see. Jackson, no, it says, are you bald? I'm blind. Actually, since you're blind, I feel obligated to give a description. I actually have really long, thick blonde hair. It's almost flowing. It's almost, if you can picture this, it's almost like there's a divine wind blowing down. It's blowing my hair back. And my head is just moving back and forth within the breeze. I'm also about 6'3", 220 pounds. So, and trust me, because I would never ever deceive someone. um, who can't see. Fernandez says, what's up? What's up with you, my friend? Man, Osama says, Azuma, uh, sorry if I mispronounce it. You should see a barber. Man, but I'm my own barber. What am I going to get out of the deal? Sue myself for what? Half of all that I own? And then I got to pay the lawyer fee. And as I'd be my own lawyer, I got to pay myself. That just, it opens up a whole mess that I don't want to get into. Yeah, but I got to admit, my barber sucks. Didn't you ask me yesterday if I was circumcised? Um, and what would happen if I said yes, but it keeps growing back? I got to circumcise daily. No one needs that information, guys. Harak says, you know the country called Ortria? Ortria? I might know it, but I can't pronounce it. But hello, my friend. Is that where you're from? Let's see. Fernando? I know I'm mispronouncing everyone's name. I apologize. Jackson No says, well, I like how you can, Fernando says, like you can turn any negativity into an actual funny joke. Well, I appreciate that. You know what? I don't see any negativity. I see people coming in and expressing themselves. No one's being mean to me. Um, they're just being funny. And I appreciate that. It's 5 o'clock in the morning for me. Um, what a great time to be funny. What a great time to accept everything you guys bring to me, whatever that is, you know? Um, I don't get to pick and choose in life. I can't say, come here and do this, come here and be nice, come here and say whatever I want you to hear. Life presents us what it presents us, and then we just groove with it, guys. Jackson says, I love your humor. And bro, what? 4TP, tripping? Yeah, that's a strange question. Strange question to ask. I'm not going to prove it. No one wants to see that. Ahmed is here. Ahmed, check it out, my friend. 5 o'clock in the morning, and Ahmed is playing on my desktop. Beautiful eagle. Guys, if you want to experience some nature, go check out Ahmed. Let's see. Hanok says, yes, that's where I'm from. You should visit. I don't travel much, but you know what? Thank you for the invitation. Who knows? Maybe one day I will. And it's good to know that there's such friendly people there. Ahmed says, how are you, sir? I'm good. It's 5 o'clock. I've been up for about 2.5 hours. Ahmed says, thanks, sir. You know what, Ahmed? Thank you, my friend. You're putting out such beautiful content. And I get to experience it every day. I get to, sit here at my desktop as I do my work with a beautiful eagle on my screen. I get to come here and talk to you guys with a beautiful eagle on my screen. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. Anak says it's in East Africa. All right, it's starting to fall into place. I'm starting to remember. It's in East Africa. Beautiful, beautiful area. All of Africa is beautiful. So, I came here. I read from the Tao. I had a great conversation with some new friends. Ahmed says, sir, yesterday I was busy, so I don't join your live, sir. Hey, no problem at all. I'm always happy when you can, and I always know you're there, even if you are unable to make an appearance. You've been nothing but a good friend to me. So, hey, no demands. When you're able to, come by and say hi, and when you can't, everything's cool. So, speaking of nature and videos, it is time for me to get my first step out into nature The sun's going to be up in about 20 minutes, and I'm going to be there to greet it. It's going to be a beautiful morning. You know why? Because it's a beautiful morning. All of them are. I'm alive. I exist for no reason that I know of. I just woke up this morning, and there I was. And so was the universe, and so was the morning, and so were you guys. And it's all unfolding, flowing perfectly well. So let's get this started, guys. I'll see everyone later. Blessings. Take care.